it was okay. It was okay. But what? Oh, lot, a lot of very weird booking choices on this show. Am I right? I mean, did anyone really expect all of that to happen? Oh, this is gonna be a heck of a ride, I guarantee it. I've given it so much time. I'm late with this video today as it is. It's late afternoon, and I still don't know how I really fully feel about this. It's not like WrestleMania, when I know it was just wrong choices, but, ah, oh, this is bothering me. Let's try to run through this. What's going on, everyone? It's your boy here, Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone's having a good Monday, enjoying their day as it is. The wrestling weekend of June 2018 is now apparently over. We have gone through NXT TakeOver Chicago 2. It was brilliant. I loved it. No surprises there. You can see my reaction and my results and review video to that. I have that up already. And now it's time to talk about Money in the Bank 2018. Oh, wow. Like I said, I've tried to give this time and myself time to really see how I truly feel about this show, and I've come to some conclusions. Did this show make up for a really bad backlash last month? No. No, it didn't. That's what's in the end persuading my attention and my choices here to see this show as a very good night of wrestling, but a very weird, I'm not going to say poor, but a very weird night of booking. I didn't feel complete with the results of this show. I didn't feel the satisfaction I should feel after watching a Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Last year wasn't honestly the greatest either, especially because of the obvious the male winner, and then what happened with that, obviously. A really lackluster WWE Championship match last year, which this show did not get. It was a great match, but again, very weird booking choices here. But I think it's time to just start running down through this show and see what we can do. Because notice how I'm saying weird, but I don't hate everything. We got some good stuff on the show. We're going to run through it right now. Let's go. No, kickoff. We had the usual stuff. Obviously, your interviews and whatnot. We had a good interview with Daniel Bryan about his match with Big Cass coming up. Kevin Owens had some great skits throughout the kickoff and the whole show. Getting a garbage bag and 2 bottles of maple syrup. So the assumption was the trash bag is full of pancakes. Later, it did prove to be true as he was trying to persuade the New Day to join his crusade to take out Braun Strowman. Unfortunately for Owens, he admitted to the New Day he didn't like breakfast food. So, no sir, get out of the locker room. These are ours now. And then he tried on the kickoff to get Samoa Joe's attention, who you'd think would be the one to finally just say, okay, Kevin, let's do something about it. But nope, Joe had no interest in that whatsoever. And strangely enough, I did not see anything about The Miz at all. Like, no promos, nothing. I didn't see anything with Kevin or The Miz throughout the show, which I thought, okay, if it's not going to be Joe, Miz is smart enough to know that Strowman's a bigger threat because Miz has had real experience with Strowman. You guys remember last year, and even this year. So, yeah. Yeah, but no, we didn't get any of that. Basically, that's going to be it for the segments. Time to move on to the matches. We had the kickoff match, which remained the Bludgeon Brothers SmackDown Tag Team Champions taking on the Club, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. The match was good, and I really appreciate the effort all 4 guys put into it, considering they got put on the kickoff. If they had more time, I bet it would have been a lot better, but considering what the situation was, I'm going to give them double thumbs up. You guys did a really good job with the match. I actually really enjoyed it. Anderson quickly put in a 2-on-1 situation after Gallows was taken out outside. Gallows finally making the tag back in. A lot of kicks in this match. One thing I really enjoyed about it, an awesome spinebuster by Anderson. And then finally, I will give another 2 thumbs up to the finish. I actually really liked how smooth it looked to my eyes. It looked like Harper was going for a suplex on Gallows. Anderson comes in, and it looks like they've got a set magic killer instead. But Rowan was a bit too quick, taking out Anderson. Once Gallows tried to go after Rowan, it was countered into their double power bomb. 1, 2, 3. The Bludgeon Brothers retain the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. Very decent match. I hate to see the club put back down into the depths on the division. It seems like that's the way we're going to go, even though I hope not. They're really entertaining still to me. As for the Bludgeon Brothers, I was hoping at this point we have an angle with Sanity going. We do not. We could have maybe be waiting for Nikki Cross, because maybe now that she just had her NXT title match and failed against Shayna Baszler at NXT TakeOver Chicago 2, maybe Nikki is going to come with them after all. You never know. So we'll see what happens. No Sanity on the show whatsoever. I hope Bludgeon Brothers become more of a thing on SmackDown now, because the past month-ish, it just doesn't seem like either tag team with the titles on Raw or SmackDown has just been relevant enough. So let's change that, because as we know, there wasn't a Raw tag team title match last night. I guess they're either saving that for tonight or later down the line, because the Authors of Pain still aren't on TV either. And now Andrade Cien Almas is missing, I guess because Sin Cara suffered a minor injury of some kind, if that's the truth. So NXT call-ups. Wow, what is going on there? Poor choices. I think there might be some other issues going on with it. I don't know the full details, but right now as a fan, I can say I'm very disappointed that the NXT call-ups have not been put into full use yet. So, yeah, moving on. We then kick to the main show, obviously, the one kickoff match behind us. We started the show with Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. This was a bit of a surprise to me, but more of a surprise, I actually enjoyed the match. That's right, I actually enjoyed this match way better than the first one, obviously. This one was a bit longer, which you'd think would make it worse, but I didn't really feel like it was a match of rest holds and disappointment. I liked what they were trying to build. Daniel Bryan keeping his control to a more of a maximum effort than a minimum. I was expecting Cass to get a lot more offense in this match this time, but that really wasn't the case. The crowd was fully into it. Daniel Bryan back in Chicago. They love him in Chicago. The yes chants were in full effect. Cass did have his moments, though. He was finally able to get the big boot. But no, Daniel Bryan kicked out. Bryan had a yes lock in at one point. He got it in the beautiful way. The Gargano spin is what I call it, where he goes off the ropes and then just latches himself on Cass, spinning, and then right into the yes lock. But Cass used his body this time and actually got to the ropes. But then finally, like right after the boot, where it looked like Cass was going to have it won, Bryan, boom, big knee to the face. He doesn't want the pinfall win. He hooks in I believe the heel hook, and Cass tapped again. Oh my gosh, I love it. I absolutely love it, because here's my thing. Yes, I picked Cass for the predictions. I didn't think this match was going to kick off the show. If this had been after the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, I could have seen Miz interfering and build that from there on. But no, Daniel Bryan wins. I hope that's the end of the feud. Cass, you still haven't won a match on TV since coming back. Go away. So moving on then, from that match, we move into the first utter disappointment of the night, although this was one a lot of people were already expecting. Sami Zayn, Bobby Lashley. A feud that has been pointless. Bobby Lashley's return is now seemingly pointless because he is not doing anything relevant, and I actually hate to say this, I don't see him doing anything relevant on the main roster for a long time. I don't think the Lashley-Lesnar match is going to be coming anytime soon, especially after tonight. I'm hoping for the very least Lashley versus Strowman will be a thing, and it will hopefully be good, but that's because Braun Strowman's in the match. I still have a lot of love for that man and what he's doing. Lashley, I hate to say this, but again, you're a disappointment coming back, and I'm not invested in you at all. I'm not seeing any good quality out of you at all, especially with Sami Zayn, one guy who can put on a good match with anybody from what I've seen in the past few years in the WWE. And this was just an utter disappointment. Sami had some offense. Lashley comes back. Okay, that's the way I was going to see. But then, what was it, 5 minutes in or something, Lashley hits the first of, I think, 3 stalling suplexes. But that's not what I'm annoyed about. There's 2 other things. He hits a stalling suplex, no pin, picks him up again. he bloody teases us that he's going for the old Dominator. He picks him up, instead looks like he's making it a submission, and then just drops him. Like, okay, no, I'm done with you. He hits another stalling suplex. Then he does the same thing with the fake Dominator. He just locks in what looks like a submission hold, then drops him again. Another stalling suplex, and puts the hand over the chest for the pin? Disgusting. Absolutely unacceptable. I was not pleased with the ending at all. There was no creativity going into this match, and I'm very disappointed with as usual. Now that I'm getting irritated, the tongue will not cooperate. I'm very disappointed with this. 100%. I back Sami Zayn. I look forward to what he's going to be doing next. Hopefully something that he can actually work better with, because Sami Zayn's a guy who knows how to work. Lashley, I'm not impressed with you at all. I don't see anything good coming out of you for the next few months, sadly. I hate to be so negative, but this match left a bad impression on me. I knew it was going to be not good, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad. But moving on to, in my opinion, it's a bit rough for me to say, because when I saw it, and after the whole show, it felt like match of the night, only because it was the one that I really, number one, expected to be right about it, and two, knew it was going to be the challenger's best match to date. That's right, I'm talking about the Intercontinental Championship match. Once again, Seth Rollins proves he can do a great match with anyone if he gets the opportunity to in time. This was Elias' best match I've ever seen out of him so far. His one with Roman was okay for the IC title a few months ago, but this one was great. Money in the Bank in the middle of the show, Elias versus Rollins. It was awesome. There were so many moments in the match where I thought Elias was going to win the title. He got the elbow. I thought that was going to be it. That was crazy. Some great counters into roll-ups. Even at one point, he was throwing Rollins all over the outside and trying to get him back in for the pin. And the drift away, it looked like he had it, but Rollins countered with a pin, but still not enough. Rollins tried to go for the curb stomp, nobody home. But then the ending surprised me a bit, but I actually don't hate it. It went from roll-up to roll-up. Elias with the first roll-up, looked like he had the tights, gets reversed into a Rollins roll-up. 1, 2, 3, and Rollins had the tights. Oh man, I did not see that ending coming at all, but I like it, because I don't mind a few more matches out of Elias and Rollins in the future. And if Elias does somehow win the title in the next few weeks maybe, then good for him. Good for him. I really enjoy what they did there. And now, we move into the first Money in the Bank ladder match. I hope I'm getting the order correct, by the way. The first Money in the Bank ladder match of the night, it was the women's. So once again, from Raw, we had Sasha Banks, Ember Moon, Natalya, Alexa Bliss. SmackDown, we had Becky Lynch, Naomi, Lana, and Charlotte Flair. Yeah, definitely the best women's Money in the Bank ladder match today. I'm really impressed that they actually pulled this off in a great way, considering there's 8 people in this. It's a bit hard to kind of do what you need to do sometimes with 8 people. But I really enjoy it. There were some awesome spots with the ladder set up in the ring. The pops were great. Crowd was going crazy for Becky Lynch to win this thing. And I could go through some of the awesome spots, but I recommend you guys going to watch this yourselves. But then it had to get sour. The one person that really didn't need to win this match over the past while, especially after Carmella winning it last year and holding it for so long, why did Alexa Bliss win? That's one thing that left a really sour note on my impression. Alexa Bliss has been Raw Women's Champion for a long time in the past year and more. And she's a 4-time Women's Champion, or is she? Spoilers, we'll talk about that later when we get to it. So it just didn't sit right with me. It left a really bad impression for me on the match. This one, even Charlotte, I could have honestly accepted her winning the briefcase. It would have been a bit sour, but just not as bad as this. It didn't sit well with me, and the way they were going, there's better ways to get Alexa Bliss back into the title feud than just giving her the briefcase. This is something she could have done last year if she was on SmackDown, or if the women's Money in the Bank ladder match was a Raw thing. But, no, something I have to accept. But great match, though. I really enjoyed most of it, and other than the ending, I'm a big fan of it. Moving on, though, I'm trying to get this order correct. I think I have the next match in my head, because what are we up to now? 5, I think? I think we're up to 5 matches so far if you count the kickoff. Anyway, moving on. I'm pretty sure... Oh my gosh, this chair is just the loudest thing in my house right now. Next up, without a doubt, the best match for the crowd to destroy it. Haha, it was exactly what I was expecting. Loved every second of the crowd. Chicago, you do not disappoint. Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal. First of all, who cared? Who really cared there? Absolutely nobody from what I saw, except some people in the front row with the smarks just sitting there. Like, they look like zombies to me sometimes, really. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna... Oh, that was good. Yeah, that was good. Oh yeah, that was really good. Like, sorry if you can't hear me, but I'm just acting out, obviously. So moving on, the crowd was enjoying this. So many chants, even beach balls coming out. Oh, it was ridiculously funny. Jinder versus Mahal. I'm actually not going to hate on the match itself. I think they tried a bit harder than they do on Raw, which was good. I give full double thumbs up and the golden star to Sunil Singh. That wheelchair bit was hilarious. I wasn't sure if he was faking or not, but when he got up and pushed Reigns into the post, oh, I laughed really hard. Like, that was hilarious. And sadly, he tried to do it again, but Roman caught him, and eventually he got speared. But the sell after the punch before the spear, when he jumped over his wheelchair, oh, that was hilarious. Oh my goodness, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I think the wheelchair actually folded when he did that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, good for you, Sunil Singh. You were the star of that match for me in terms of comedy. And then what happens? Roman gets distracted with him after a while, comes in, Jinder rolls him up, 1, 2, no. Then Roman gets up and hits a spear and wins. Who cares? Who really cared? I wanted Jinder to win just because I thought it'd be funny and Chicago would actually cheer at the end of it just because they got to see Reigns lose. But no, Roman just won. The only plus I can see out of this is if Jinder Mahal is not feuding with Reigns anymore, because I didn't want this to go to Extreme Rules according to rumor, but I was willing to pick Jinder for the match if the rumor was true, and I did. Didn't win, too bad. Sorry, Jinder. You really should still be U.S. champion right now, too. Sorry, because Jeff Hardy, he's injured, man. You guys need to give him some more time off. He is hurting every week he shows up on TV these days. Poor guy. But he still delivers, but he's hurt. Come on. Moving on. Actually, I have to look at the sheet this time because I do not actually remember what the next match is. Okay, no, I think I know what the rest of the order is going to be. Okay, haha. Are we ready for what I really enjoyed out of this show as well? It's time for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship match. Oh, now, I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't know it was going to be in that way. Carmella versus Asuka. First of all, I'm kind of with a lot of people who I've seen react and talk about this already. How believable is it that Carmella's the one who's just beating up Asuka in the ring? I found that funny. It didn't bother me as much, but after hearing so many people say it, it's like, who believes this? Who believes that Asuka is just getting beat up by Carmella right now? I don't know. Not my biggest issue anyway right now. Very decent-ish match. Carmella got her kick at one point, Asuka kicked out. Carmella had a cool submission at one point, though. I wish he did that instead of the Code of Silence. If you saw the match, you know what submission I'm talking about, so I'm not going to go into details. But now, let's just move into the ending. Asuka looks like she's about to go for the win, but then Asuka shows up. That's right, somebody dressed up like Asuka stands up on the stairs, just at ringside, with the mask on and the robe, and the pop was huge because everyone knew who it was, including me. Asuka's looking at the person like, what is this? What is this I am looking at? Carmella goes for a roll-up, but no, doesn't win. Asuka then goes back to looking at this figure. Now, they could have gotten us maybe if it was the Iconics, but they didn't cover up the arms. You could clearly tell it was a man. And off comes the mask. And James Ellsworth is back in the WWE. Oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But I only love it because I saw it coming. It's one of those things where if you predict it and it happens, even though it's kind of bad, you like it just because you knew it was going to happen. So I'm actually all on board for this right now. I still like Ellsworth and think he's a great comedy character. Hopefully, if he stays, he's not going back to the stupid on a leash gimmick. That was just, but about the ending of the match, Carmella gets another kick. 1, 2, 3. Carmella's the first person to pin Asuka on the main roster on TV. Just think about that for a sec. She tapped out to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, and she got pinned by Carmella with a super kick. And this is the woman who's kicked out of the Eclipse. Oh, man. Yeah, it was bad, but it was funny. So moving on, we then, I believe, moved in to the WWE Championship match. Now, you guys know what I originally had planned. I've ranted about it before. I wanted AJ to win at Backlash, fairly. I wanted Joe to get into the mix and do a triple threat at Money in the Bank for Nakamura to win the title. That didn't happen, obviously. So I was just thinking, okay, we're here. Nakamura's picked the stipulation. So, we're cool, right? Nakamura is going to win the WWE Championship finally. Well, the match was good. Really good. Out of a last man standing match, it's pretty good that those two did what they did. A lot of big moves, some good strong style stuff in there, some hard hits. Yuka and Sasha, Styles Clash from the stairs to the floor, forearms. You know, it was good. It was good. It was exactly what I was hoping it to be. And again, this is one I'm not going to go into too much detail because I recommend you watch it. I liked it. It was a great match. But like the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, what? The ending. Phenomenal forearm from the inside of the ring to Nakamura outside, breaking through an announce table, and Nakamura counted down with AJ retaining the title. I didn't know how to feel about this right away when it happened, and I'll be honest about it. Really, after everything they've done with the feud, AJ Styles keeps it. I don't know what to say. This definitely hurts Nakamura, and I don't know what they're going to do right now, especially if for some reason the feud continues. Think about that for a sec. And it could, and I really hope it doesn't. So, again, great match. AJ kept the title. His reign is going way longer than I thought. I'll be honest about that. And obviously he's the cover star for the new game coming out in October, 2K19. So, okay, making him a bigger deal right now. I get it. It's just not sitting well. After everything they've done, Nakamura still hasn't won the world title. Yeah. Like I said, it's just like the Raw Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I love the match. But then they won. Alright. Moving on. We then had the Raw Women's Championship match. A lot of people thought this was actually going to be the main event of the show. I think that was the rumor. I didn't really believe it, but then when the show was really going on, I was thinking, oh no, okay, maybe it's going to be the main event. But nope, second last. It was good. I enjoyed it. They did a really good job. Jax and Rousey put on a very decent performance. I wasn't sure what to expect out of it, if it was going to be like really short or anything, but I didn't feel like it. It felt like it had a decent time in it. Samoan drop, Rousey kicks out, Rousey tries to keep going for the submissions, Nia keeps finding a way out of them. Then finally, after everything, and I was ready for it, Rousey has Jax's arm where she wants it. She's about to bend down to get that armbar, the submission win, and winning title. But then who shows up? Everyone. I think everyone expected interference in this match. Who was it? Was it Natalya? Was it Stephanie McMahon? Was it Repo Man? No. it was Bliss with the briefcase. That's right. Once it looked like Rousey was about to win, Bliss smacks both of them with the briefcase, takes out Rousey over the announce table, cashes in, and wins the title back. I can't feel satisfied with that. It's a huge moment, but at the same time, really? The person who's won the title on so many occasions just gets it back after everything with Jax? I mean, I love that we're going to see something with her and Rousey coming up now. I'm looking forward to that feud. And I think I'm going to get over this. But right now, it was just like, what? What? All of this happened just so she can get it back? Man, I didn't see it coming. But I'm glad I didn't see it coming. Yeah, haha. You notice I'm not really angry throughout some of this. I'm just more surprised. Maybe that's a good thing. So, I could be praising this months later. And I hope I will. So, moving on to the last match of the show. Of course, 2 years in a row, the main event of Money in the Bank is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. On Raw, we had Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, Bobby Roode, and Kevin Owens. SmackDown, we had The Miz, Rusev, Samoa Joe, and a member of the New Day, which they did keep secret until before the match started with the entrances, which I think they should have waited until they all got in the ring. But that's just me. And one thing before I go into this match a little bit, surprisingly no interference from no managers or friends in any of the ladder matches. Like not English, not the other members of New Day, not associates, just nobody. Just nobody interfered. That's something I'm a bit surprised about, honestly, this year. Moving on. The match itself, oh, it was good. Oh, yeah, it was definitely really, really good. And it may not have been booked the way I wanted it, but it's the one I'm least annoyed about, actually. So, keeping it up with, of course everyone went after Strowman. They tried to keep Strowman down, time after time, trying to bury him with ladders. But then mistakes were made. It looked like they might have had Strowman down to be put through a table, Owens jumping off a big ladder. Unfortunately, Strowman didn't like that, so he climbs up the big ladder and pushes Owens off through a table. Yeah, that kept him down. Owens did not get up after that, and I can't say I'm surprised. A lot of opportunity made. Oh, by the way, I should have said this. Of course they picked Kofi. Of course it was Kofi from the New Day to be in the match. I was really hoping he'd win too, because it would have been such a good feel moment, and I know the crowd was ready for it too. Yeah. But he didn't win. Moving on, though, we still got lots of great spots, a lot of opportunities. Everyone was trying to get that thing. Everyone was feeling the pain of the ladders. Strowman actually just rushed through a ladder to break it with two people holding it. Like outside, he was just running and he went right through it. It was like, oh, okay. Strowman doesn't care. And then the finish of the match. Wow. Yeah, wow. Kofi was on top of Strowman climbing toward the briefcase. Strowman had pushed everyone down, and then he threw off Kofi and won. Yeah, Braun Strowman actually won Money in the Bank. I was a bit surprised the night before watching, because I felt at first like the Bliss moment. Oh, but after just kind of taking in, this is one where I'm actually happy about. It looks like Strowman has got it made. I will be so disappointed with this choice, though, if he doesn't become Universal Champion. I'd given up hope. Honestly, after the Elimination Chamber and everything like that, even though I didn't see Braun winning it in general, until the match itself, I had just given up. I gave up. I gave up hope. There's no way they're going to go all the way with Braun Strowman. But now, the guy who I've been pushing since he was beating jobbers in 2016, I want to see Strowman win that title. Are they going to do it this year? How long is Strowman supposed to hold a briefcase? That's something I'm curious about too. It looks like both Money in the Banks are going away early. Like, how long is Braun going to wait? I guess until Brock shows up, which might not be as quick as some people think. It might not even be SummerSlam if he's that much of a chicken. So we'll see. As far as I'm concerned, Seth Rollins is the real Raw champion right now. Maybe he's still being built up to something with Brock. I don't know. Lots of debates going on. But thank you for listening to my rants. In the end, I did enjoy the show, but it felt very weird and some weird choices were made. But the last one I totally accepted. I love Braun Strowman, and I can't wait to see him become Universal Champion and take what he should have gotten more than a year ago. So, let's go. Thank you all again so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you yourself thought of Money in the Bank. Was it worth it? Was it a good show? Are you satisfied? Let me know. Me personally, not sensed from Backlash. I hope Extreme Rules is good. I hope the UK tournament's going to be good. We'll see. We'll see. Good things coming up. I will see you all later. I got more glitch and funny moment series videos coming out this week. Hope you guys are still watching those. I think they're just still cute, funny, not long videos. Just some stuff to just make you laugh for a little bit of the day. That's all. Gaming fun. I'll see you all in a bit. Hope you all keep it real. Thanks for watching.